Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the podcast.
What are you giggling for?
We're getting so technical. You're doing like a 3, 2, 1.
It's to make my job of editing easier because
I know what it's for.
what will happen is if you're watching or if you're listening, what will happen is we will sit down right after I push record
Yeah.
and Frank will be like, hello. And I'm like, all right. Well,
We're getting better.
yeah. So,
We're getting better.
we're
fancy.
getting worse. Who knows?
I don't think we're getting worse.
Yeah.
I don't think we're getting any worse. So, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to the podcast.
I don't know what number this is.
Corey and Frankie. Don't matter.
Corey and Frankie. We're getting close to double digits or
Yeah.
halfway.
I think we're at the halfway mark.
Halfway. So, anyways, good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, whatever it is.
Good night.
It's good morning for us. We just always have a busy life, but we've had a busy couple days, and we've kind of been fighting some sickness at our house. So
Yeah, we had the funk,
just I don't know, seasonal changes and
which is wonderful.
yes, which is really good, but it just kind of has everybody's allergies and equilibrium and all that off. So, but anyways, we hope that
That
this
artist formerly known as COVID might be around a little bit.
it has been, but we hope this finds you well.
Yep.
It's like those
well
emails.
until we.
I hope this email finds you well. We hope this podcast finds you well.
Let me tell you something, Karen. You find these hands well.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
So, okay. Well, welcome to the podcast, Corey and Frankie. We always start off with the same.
Oh, we need the icebreaker.
Yeah, I think you forgot last time to do the icebreaker question.
No, we did icebreaker last time, but what did we do?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I don't think you did one.
Maybe not.
I think
Maybe
you
I'm
forgot.
off script.
You are. So, what's your icebreaker today? Or did you forget again?
I did forget again.
Okay. Well, I
have
remember. Yeah, because I asked it at dinner last night.
Okay.
If you could be a Halloween candy, what Halloween candy are you? We did this with the girls.
So what was yours?
I would be a Reese's Cup pumpkin, the little pumpkin. And I like those because they don't have a wrap. They come in the plastic, but you don't have to peel that little paper off.
Yeah.
They taste better. I don't know. I mean, I like a Reese's even in that, but I don't like the little, it's like a muffin.
Yep.
I think the pumpkins taste better. Or the
So
Christmas trees or whatever it is. So
are you the milk chocolate or are you the white chocolate Reese's person?
Oh, Mama Priscilla got us on the white chocolate ones because I'm not a white chocolate fan usually, but just regular milk chocolate.
Gotcha. I'm going to be the candy corn pumpkin.
Which is not something you give out for Halloween. Mine could be given out to others for Halloween, but yours is
Actually,
Halloween candy just at our home.
Yeah, ours is in a non-see-through container with a lid on it. So all
He
y'all
wanted
people
me
be
to
coming over here to my house. Y'all don't know where it's at.
He wanted me to hide them. I got like it's a really cute little decorative big pumpkin, like little glass, and you can put candies or stuff in it. And it was kind of it's like orange,
yeah.
But it was see-through. And he was like, everybody's eating my pumpkins because they can see them over here. So I guess I can't tell what it is and all the decor that we have in there.
You can tell them.
But
I mean, going through your decor and trying to find something.
it's an acorn. It's like a little cute little bronze acorn thing that you can put stuff in. But he was like, I want them hidden. And so they're near his chair, but not right beside it. So anyways,
which is a strategic health tactic.
Yeah,
because if they're right beside my chair, I would reach over and just have handfuls.
Those are good. I used to not be a candy corn lover. I like candy corn okay now. I like to mix it with M&Ms or like salted peanuts. Like I need a little salty and sweet because they don't really taste like anything. Sweet wax. Like if you were just gonna eat a melted vanilla pumpkin or candle is what I feel like candy corn tastes like. But if you mix it with a little bit of chocolate or, something else equally bad for you, then it makes it taste better.
See, but the pumpkins hit different.
But the pumpkins, I feel like they're made with marshmallow cream
and honey.
Yeah. I don't know if that's real honey or if it's like the fake honey,
Synthetic honey.
the synthetic honey. But yes, it says a hint of honey. And because they don't have, the reason I say that is I looked on the label one time for allergy. Because like sometimes people are allergic to honey. And I don't think it listed it as, so I'm like, this must not be real honey then.
Maybe it's red dye honey flavoring.
I don't know.
I don't know.
There probably is red dye because
I'm
they're
gonna
orange.
eat that red dye.
I know. So okay, there's your icebreaker. What would you be if you were a Halloween? I'll try to remember to put that on our Instagram. What would you be if you were a Halloween candy?
Yep.
So
And then that took us off into a whole nother. We went into Mount Rushmore of movies.
oh, I know.
And I like the Mount
Corey's
Rushmore.
been saying Mount Rushmore
you get into
instead
the
of saying
sports world. The sports talk does the Mount Rushmore of the top 4. Like, what would be on your Mount Rushmore mountain?
I don't understand the top why. I mean, I get it. Why it's 4 because of the 4 heads.
It's your top 3 and an honorable mention.
I guess. But I'm like, top 5. That's how it's always been. And now we're all saying, well, not me, but Mount Rushmore. So, anyways, all right. Now we can move into
okay. What are you drinking?
Our questions that we ask every time. What are you drinking? What are we going to do? What are you drinking? What are you reading?
Wearing, watching.
Yeah, wearing, watching. Okay. What am I drinking? I'm gonna beat you to the punch because you're making. I think, I don't know. We can both have
Go
this.
ahead.
We tried a new tequila. Well, in Savannah, and I like a tequila anyways. You are not all, you've become more in the last couple years than you were before. But I like
had a bad experience in my days. I wasn't living the greatest.
I like a good, emphasis on good tequila. Like a sipping one, or you can mix very minimal ingredients with it and it's good. So we tried at our hotel bar, actually. We had a great hotel bar in Savannah, and he was a fabulous bartender for just the whole that vibe was good. And he had us try, because we were doing a bourbon, he had us try a tequila company had made a bourbon. It was their bourbon, and
But it couldn't be bourbon because it wasn't made in the United States.
So it was
whiskey.
It was their whiskey, and he let us try it, and it was amazing. And now we're on the hunt to find it because it's like a cult following. They were sold out, and you only get it certain places. But when we were on the hunt for finding that, the guy at the store was like, well, you know, this is a tequila company. Like, they're known for their tequila. We were like, yeah. So he was like, well, have you tried their tequila that they made taste like a bourbon or a whiskey? And we were like, no, we only tried this one. He was like, well, try this. It's equally good. And it was amazing.
Yeah, it is really good.
I do not know the name, so I'll share it with you because I don't know the name of it.
Addictivo is the tequila company.
Addictivo.
And it's their Anejo.
Anejo. Yes, I like Anejos.
Reposados.
Yes. And Blanca. I like some Blancos, which is just clear.
So basically what Frankie just told you, she likes tequila.
Yeah, I like all of them. But it was really good. And you can drink it. We drank it neat while we were there, or we like it just on the rocks.
Actually, I had it on the rocks when I got home, and it wasn't as good as it was neat.
Yeah. Which neat, for any of you who are like, what the heck is that? Just
super
means
bougie.
It just means
nothing in it.
Nothing. Like, you're just drinking it
straight out the bottle.
But you're not taking it like a shot.
Yeah.
You're like just sipping on it. So that was an acquired.
Those nights when you were a teenager and you threw the bottle cap out the window.
Nobody was doing that but your friend group, evidently. My friend group was not doing that. So
I bet we have some listeners that threw a cap out the window.
Maybe. I was not. Which, granted, we got, I guess, and by the time I got with you, which we were babies and I was still a baby, you were no longer doing that. You had already learned your lesson. So
yeah, which hence why I didn't drink tequila at that point.
Now, I've always been a tequila fan, but So did I steal yours?
No, because I'm going to go with the Rye 3.
Oh,
So
Wh-
while we were there,
also,
it come to find out
you're not a huge Rye fan.
I'm not a big Rye fan.
I am.
And so we go in, and it was a 21 and up establishment because it was a liquor store. And in Georgia, they've got pretty strict rules on minors going into piercing locations and liquor stores.
Which is good, but it's also confusing because in some places they can go in, and then in other places they can't. Like, I don't know.
It
Their
just
rules are kind of
depends.
confusing.
So anyway,
Savannah's got a pretty open policy though.
so it was just
So-
us four
Yeah.
at that time. And so I told the girls,
And it was a
like,
weekday.
just stay right behind me and act like we own the place.
Yeah.
And
Corey's like, just act like you're
we're going
supposed to be
to
here.
actually go upstairs because I had found this place when I was down there by myself, actually.
We shout out to, what are they called? They're down.
They're on Broughton. I don't
They're on
remember what the
Broughton.
actual liquor store is. It's the only liquor store right there in downtown on Broughton.
But
though.
they are the ultimate liquor store actually for signing. You go there frequently with work.
Mhm.
And so when you're off, you'll just run down there and then you'll like pack it in your check bag
Yep.
and bring it back.
I'd
So
throw it.
they're actually,
I do
you've been
carry
there
on the way
several
down and
times.
check bag on the way back.
Yeah. And they're
And-
super nice.
And that's the first time I'd ever met the owner. All the employees have been super great. But I was showing Frankie some of their store picks because they do a lot of those.
Yeah.
And we were having a discussion, and the guy noticed that we were just talking. And so we're like, well, it's not. And we were looking around, and the whiskey wasn't over there. I was like, well, let's go over to the tequila section,
He's the one who,
which there's other bourbons over there too.
he laughed and he was like, they're a tequila
He
company,
said,
right?
yeah, he asked what we were looking for. And I was like, I don't remember the name. So I showed him the picture of it. And he's like, I don't have that because it's such a small group. They're fabulous, but it's such a small
It was
group.
kind of one of
It
those,
takes
if you know,
him
you
a long
know.
time to sell.
Yeah.
He said, and I actually just sold my other bottle.
Once you, he said that.
He's
He's
the-
like, once you've tried it,
Yeah.
you
want
people
it.
love it,
You
but
keep it
you
in
just
stock,
don't
yeah.
know about, people don't know about
And
it.
so he said it takes him a long time to sell. So
Yeah.
he'd actually just ordered. He said, but you know, they're a tequila company. Like, that's what they're good at.
Yeah.
And I laughed. I was like, yeah, but I don't love tequila. I said, there's a couple. And I showed him a couple that I liked. He said, come over here. He said, are you walking or are you driving? Because in Savannah, it's a big walking city.
Yeah.
And so we was like, we're walking. And
Because
he
we were
said,
done for the day.
yeah, he said,
We're
well,
going
come
to-
over here. Let's check some stuff out. And so he give all four of us a bottle of water. He give the girls, asked them if they
Yeah.
wanted a drink.
He was super,
Like, he was super
good
super
to them
great guy.
too.
And he let us do a couple tastings,
Mm-hmm.
and he was very adamant about how we tasted it. Like, take your first drink, but don't judge it, and then go back again.
Yeah. And even though they were small, he was like, you should get 2 sips out of this, or this
Yeah.
should be 3 sips, or
Right.
this should be like, he was very knowledgeable and he
Yeah.
was very good. So anyways, but you tried.
But I tried a rye. He said, let
Mm-hmm.
me throw a rye at you. And it actually has a very similar profile as the whiskey
Mhm.
and the tequila, but they're all kind of in the same profile
This wasn't
together.
the same brand though, right?
No, it's not. It's
It
called
was-
Rye 3. And I've
Yeah.
seen Rye 3. They actually have it here,
Yeah.
but they don't have that aged in those
Mm-hmm.
oaks because it was a store pick, come to find out.
Yeah.
Because we've called Carrie, like, can you get this? And she's like, my dealer's here. I think that was a store pick. But it was a 7-year aged and only Hungarian oak. And he did a store pick for that.
You'll have to go
And
back
it's
and get some.
116 proof.
Yeah.
Like it's a fall sipper
Yeah.
when you need some warmth
It's-
outside by the fire.
It's like we're in the fun fall seasonal of drinks of where you don't need very much and it's just like a little fun cocktail
Well, you
to
don't
have.
need very much during the summer either.
Well, I just meant though, like,
I know it. I'm
you
just
know,
messing with you.
yeah, like sitting by the fire outside or doing whatever. So
One little
anyways,
2-finger pour goes a long
yeah.
way by the night.
So was a long. What are we drinking?
Well, that'll be good because what are we reading? I'm not very deep on this one this week.
Have you not?
Well, so long story short, we met a guy that embarrassed the girls at the
We already
bar.
said that last time.
Yeah,
that
but
you made a book buddy.
still hadn't started reading it yet.
Okay.
I haven't started a new book this week.
No, we can say, what is Corey reading? I will brag on him in this moment. He's not going to say it. Corey is reading all of the material that he can to get his last 3 weeks
Mm.
finished of his second number 2 master's degree. And so he is honed in and focused on getting all of that stuff finished. So you have probably been reading. Well, it goes along with all of our stuff because this master's degree is what?
It's a science of organizational leadership.
Yeah, I was
It
going to
has
say.
a strong emphasis in psychology.
Yeah, leadership. And so that's
It's kind of what we're going with
we're
today,
kind
too.
of talking more about that. We talked about that last time a little bit and this time. So he has been reading all things the final weeks of this is it.
Well,
Not for
maybe.
very long. He'll go back again. I'm sure he loves school. So
It's weird.
anyways.
Now that I'm 40, I love it.
So
Toying with the idea
that
of the
has
doctorate, but we'll see.
we'll see. But so that you have been reading all things.
Nothing for me, though.
Well, you like
Well,
it.
yeah, but I mean,
You like it. I actually this week have not, just because we came off fall break of a busy trip and then the girls had homecoming week and we went into we've each of us kind of had a day off, and so I have not really read a ton this week as well.
and I would just like to say that that's okay.
I know I'm still
How many times do we get caught up in, like, Frankie and I are
I've
doing
listened into
excellent
some
on making
podcasts.
lists, and
Mhm.
we're going through because everybody that makes a goal, 5% of them write them down, and they're usually the
Yeah.
people that complete them. So even for daily tasks, we have list of things that we
Yeah.
like. If I don't get anything else done, I got to get this done today.
Yeah.
And then we like kind of try to prioritize down the stuff that can fall
Yeah.
over. And
You can't prioritize everything.
with the sickness and with some of our stuff, we have battled that. I've laid in bed for half the day or all the day and I didn't get anything done,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
Yeah. So we I didn't really read anything new this week.
Mhm.
But and that is okay.
So what are
I've
you
listened to some podcasts and stuff.
so what are you wearing?
I'm wearing, I was going to say, all of the fall little sets. I love them for
Amazon loves you for loving them.
well, actually it's been American
But
Eagle.
every company.
I know. But just all the little fall sets. And so, but I was going to talk about, and I have it on for my main, what am I wearing is my little watch. Because I get so many compliments on it constantly, which it is from Amazon, and it was a whole whopping $27. And I have gotten more compliments on this watch than any other watch that I've ever worn or had. And it tells me the day, like it says MO for like Monday, and the date, the time, and it keeps your steps. It's got a little pedometer in it.
That's
And like
pretty
it
neat.
lights up, like you can, like do a light, and it has a little stopwatch if you needed to have a timer, but like that's all it does. And it is fabulous. And so I say that just in case anybody's already starting to Christmas shop or do whatever, then what am I wearing is this watch, and I love it. I have moved out of wearing my Apple Watch, which I like, but now that I have my ring, then I don't need all of its features. And I've trying to limit distractions, which is very hard to do because they are at us from everywhere. So, but I don't need to look down and it literally light up on my wrist and tell me like, so I've just done better about, that was one area that I felt like I needed to let go of. And so I switched over to this and it has been fabulous.
I don't know what I'm wearing new right now.
What are you wearing new? Oh, you have been wearing your pajama pants.
Oh, yeah.
That has
I
been
got some Bamboo Cool. And I'm not a pajama kind of guy. I'm usually just a boxer kind of guy.
You
when I go to
always have
bed.
slept in boxers for years, but here in the past little while, you now are you don't sleep in any boxers.
There's that.
And you're not sleeping all the way naked though, but
These Bamboo Cool pajama pants, just because the
Yeah.
girls haven't completely got out of the house yet.
Oh my gosh.
But these Bamboo Cool pajama pants, They are,
Amazon's loving you for loving
yes,
them because
because
you have all the colors
they
now.
are like $18 a pair, and they are the softest thing
I
in the
didn't
world.
even
And if
think they
they
were
had a
$18 a
shirt,
pair. I thought they were like we're getting a 2-pack because you have
maybe I
like
am,
gray
yeah.
and green and blue and black. Like you have 4, and then you have another
That's
that's
a
also
set,
bamboo. That was like a set, but
but
they're
it's not
similar.
the same.
They're a little thicker,
They had
but
the
you love
top,
these
and
little
the top's fun
thin.
because you look like your old school
Mhm,
50s guy walking around in your button up pajamas.
mhm.
That's
But you
fun.
have been all about these pajama pants.
If they had a shirt to go with it, I don't know that
Yeah.
I'd wear the shirt to bed, but I definitely wear it because it's
You don't.
super soft.
You don't. Yeah, you don't usually wear a top to bed. So, but that is what you're wearing.
Watching these days, I am watching The House of Guinness, and it's a big thumbs down.
Yeah, you trying to get me to watch that with you, and I was like,
It's got a lot of good people in it, but it's just,
I didn't
I
even
don't
see any
know.
good people that
I
I
haven't
knew.
gotten going. Oh, Joffrey from
Oh,
Game of Thrones.
yeah,
But I don't know. It's been slow.
yeah. I don't know.
And I thought I would like it, but
We finally, late to the game as per usual, me and the girls finally have sat down and started the second season of Wednesday. And it was good. We
yeah,
liked the first season, and so we're a little late, but that's what we're doing. It's the second season of Wednesday. That's not really your vibe, but that's just like
it's not at all my vibe.
a little fun show for us, and it's fun. So we're watching Wednesday.
I don't love all the Halloween movie season.
Well, this did not come out for Halloween. This I
know.
think came out
I'm
like
gonna
in
put
the
the Addams
summer.
Family in the Halloween genre.
They did
Yeah.
very much so, but this was like a whole phenomenon of like it's just their show, and it's good. It's fun.
I'm scared
Um,
enough by real life
oh my
activities going through the
gosh.
day's world. I don't need paranormal activity in my life.
Yeah. So, well, we have liked it, and Wednesday is
Or the little
is
hand that
fun.
runs around. He
He's
looks like a spidey.
awesome.
Looks like a spider.
He's so awesome, and he's so good. He's such a friend to her. He takes care of her. So, anyways, that is all of our. Oh, and I would say
You thought you was good. This is our fourth goodbye.
no.
We talk about this.
No, you just said I thought you could talk about it, and then you can do a check back in later. You got new glasses. That is what you're wearing. Progressives for the first time. So just in case there's any
Aging. Any more aging people out there?
you're getting used to them, but you said, and he told you that there'd be a little bit of a learning curve.
Today is the first day that I've worn them while doing my computer work that I did not have a headache. But it was good.
But you were like, I can see super good in them.
But I keep looking to the left and the right. And so like I think I didn't buy the most expensive level, or I bought the cheapest level because I didn't know if I would like them.
Yeah, which he suggested as well.
And there's two more grades, I think, of glasses that get rid of that optical blur out of the side of the lens. And I don't see it, but it affects me because I using 2 or 3 monitors with work, then my head's in one spot and I'm looking, and you have to move your head.
But he suggested we appreciate them. We went to Warby Parker, super like them. But you tried the Progressives. He told you there'd be a learning curve. Not everybody loves these. But you said you can see excellent.
Yep.
But there has been a little bit of that, and you're getting used to it. So you can check back in several episodes later and see how it is. My
contacts have been great. They put me in one eye is long, one eye is short.
Oh, yeah, they changed you up on that too.
And so
what brand did you do?
I don't know.
Oh, well, I'm in Total 30s now for what am I wearing, and that has been an excellent brand. FYI.
I don't know. I have astigmatism, so I don't know if that limits.
I don't know. This has just been a brand, they are a brand of contacts that feels really good on your eyeballs.
Yeah.
So just if you're a contact wearer.
On your eyeballs. Well, let's get rolling in this leadership.
Okay.
All right. So today we are going to talk about leadership. Maybe that's the main title. I don't know what we'll title the episode per se. Maybe know your role. So
yeah.
Today we're going to
White
look.
landowning males.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you hear Proverbs 31, and I have not ran all of these questions by Frankie yet on purpose. So
You know that's tattooed on me.
Yeah, which I'm wearing. If you're watching this live, you can
Mm.
see that I'm wearing my tattoos are trashy shirt. For all the judgmental people out there, I love it. It's a little therapy. Love some ink.
I do too.
But
too.
and Frankie has Proverbs 31 tattooed on her body
Where at?
in an undisclosed place by her ankle.
I was about to say undisclosed. Yeah.
It would have been better if I'd have said I can't tell you where it's at. They'd all wondered, where'd you put this Proverbs 31, especially after I read it?
There's another Bible verse that is more undisclosed. But anyways, that's getting off.
So what is Proverbs 31?
Well, what do you mean?
What is it?
A Bible verse?
No kidding. No, it's actually a chapter.
What's Bible verses? It is a chapter. It is about a godly wife.
A godly wife.
Solomon.
So I'm going to teach you what you are supposed to be as a godly wife.
Oh, please mansplain to me.
Yes, we're going to mansplain this.
Please mansplain to me what being a godly wife is.
So all you women out there that are getting ready to be like, I'm cutting this off, give me just a second.
Yeah, give him a sec.
Because we're going to.
They know that you're not that way.
I'm going to let you know, if you know my point of view and you know who I am, you know that the reason God invented a man cold was so that y'all could sympathize with us through pregnancy, what it feels like to be that sick.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same level of pain.
I know.
And so, just so y'all know, that's how.
But I know you've said that so many times now, and I've really thought about it. And I'm like, I have meant to tell you this for a while. I wanted to tell you, I truly think I agree with you on that. Like I do truly think I agree with you on that. And it was like he took the mold of Adam and then he made it better with Eve. I think he took that, and y'all just really can't get it together on just a cold. And so we were able to take the cold and we really just internalized that so much. It's like a diamond that we pop out a whole baby, a whole nother human.
Probably going to edit that out. So
no, these are live episodes now.
Back to where, now that we're back from our edit and that's cut out. Epilogue, the wife of noble character. So what does it mean, air quotes, biblically, to be the wife of noble character? A wife of noble character who can find she is worth more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships, bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it's still night.
I do.
She provides food for her family and portions. Excuse me, I've got to get my up here.
You don't have.
She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her task. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand, she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of the household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her for all that her hands have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. So what I got out of that is you need to get up a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be making me some breakfast,
Mm-hmm.
clothing me in scarlet,
I do that.
making the bed,
I do that.
pink jobs,
Mm-hmm.
all the pink jobs.
Well, that kind of said all the jobs were pink jobs. She's buying fields
I mean, who am I to
herself.
disagree?
Yeah. I mean,
Who am I to disagree?
true.
So how do you get that?
I don't.
How do you get to be a Proverbs 31 wife? What do you think?
I don't know. I feel like you're leading somewhere, and I'm trying to figure out where you're going with this.
Mm,
I don't know. You name her Frankie. That's probably the beginning. Um,
could be. I
uh,
think there's, I mean, not for me, but I think there's probably a couple other 31 women out there.
I would agree. I would agree. Um, I don't know where are you going with this?
Well, so I
Give-
mean, just asking, how do you become a Proverbs 31 woman? I mean, we've got prayer.
Well, I don't think it's something that you can view as like a one-time bill of like, well, I'm going to do this and I've become her and then it's done. It's
Yeah.
ongoing.
Yeah, because he said you got to wake up early every morning.
Yeah. Every single day. Yep.
So
I think it's a becoming and it's a continuing of all the things. I don't think that it's just something that you like do. Well, I did this, and so now I've achieved that. I think it's always a work in progress. But on like how do you start? Well, then I think God, obviously having a relationship with God. I don't know, having I feel like I need you to plant us on where you're going.
all right. So I can tell you exactly how to become that.
Okay, let me hear it.
Verse 23.
Uh-huh.
Her husband is respected at the city gate where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. So back in Jewish culture,
Mm-hmm.
because we've got to get back to make it relevant, right? To compare it to today.
Sure.
Let's get some analysis
Some
going.
context. Uh-huh.
So to be able to sit at the gate
Mm-hmm.
means you are a well-respected person.
Okay.
It means that you prioritized your family. You wasn't in the streets.
Are you talking about the man or the woman?
The man.
Okay.
He.
Uh-huh.
He.
He. Okay.
All right. So, and wasn't in the streets trying to find 2 or 3 side wives.
So,
you know.
faithful.
Yeah,
That's what
faithful.
you're meaning. Mm-hmm.
I'm just using you can't be raising up people. I don't even know if I used that right.
You did not.
But where I'm getting at is you create the solid foundation as the guy for
Okay.
your wife to be all of those things.
Yeah, you lay the foundation.
Mm-hmm. You gotta do more than just laying the foundation.
Yeah.
Because I would tell you that as a husband, when we first got married and we were young in our walk with God, we were young at anything.
We were young at all the things.
We were young at all the things. And I don't think it matters if you're young or not, but you lay the foundation.
Yeah.
And you have to create a space of security. And a lot of times as a guy, because we're not old fashioned, but we are in a sense of like, I think I have a responsibility to provide and secure my household.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that doesn't mean that I have to be the breadwinner of my family per se. I earn the most money you have to stay at home and work.
We're not rigid.
But that is also not what security is to me.
Yeah.
So providing that place for you to be secure and understand that you are enough and that you can grow and prosper.
Yeah.
Is the only way to get anywhere close to being a Proverbs 31 woman.
Yeah. Well, I think you're saying that you hold on to the traditional, maybe not old school, but traditional values. That's your starting place.
Mm-hmm.
You're not trying to hold on to them so rigidly that it's like, well, it says literally this, and so I'm going to literally apply them this way.
Mhm.
But you let that be your basis for like your starter ingredients of
That's
like,
right.
I'm going to build it off of your interpretation. Because ultimately, it's each individual person's
Right.
interpretation of something.
I would
So,
agree with that.
yeah.
But my interpretation is that
Y-
if I do not provide a secure place,
Yeah.
then you can't be who you're supposed to be.
Are you meaning, but you're also meaning that not literally as well. Like I mean, it is like when you need a home.
What do you mean, not literally?
You said a secure place, but that also, I'm trying to say, is not a physical place of like literally like your home. It's a secure place within your mind and spirit
That's
too, is what
correct.
I'm trying to
Yes.
say.
Yes.
Like it's not a literal, yes, you do provide a safe place, as in a good home,
Mhm.
that we're not in an area of where if you have to be away from us, you're like nervous that something bad's going to happen. So, I mean, there is that
Mm.
part, but then it's also um mentally.
I would say more
Yeah.
mentally than the actual building itself.
Yeah. Well, I just mean,
I've left you in some insecure places.
yeah, not really though. I mean,
some South Side Chicago.
oh, well, yeah, we didn't live there though,
Yeah.
but
But what I'm saying is, for a guy, I thought when we were young in marriage that being the leader of the household was telling you what to do, telling you what to spend money on, um, paying the bills, making sure that, I don't know, maybe making all the big decisions. That's what leadership looked like. And that's
mm,
what I
yeah.
think I defined leadership as. Like,
Mm-hmm.
leader is the person, and I'm the kind of leader that I'm going to go out in front and lead the charge. I'm not going to stand in the back on my horse and tell y'all to go out there and do it. And
Yeah.
in the workplace, and so I would bring that same mentality and leadership style into the house, and that did not translate well.
No, because I also think that I'm trying to make words for this. I also just don't think that translated well, because then you also, I mean, and you've said this, you were like, well, but then I didn't want to tell you no,
Mhm.
but you didn't know how to, it was like, you didn't know how to, for us to have conflict, not necessarily like an argument, but for like, you wanted us to, I don't know, save money or go to something, go to an event, not go to an event, do whatever. But like if you told me no, well then you didn't. Then you were like, well, now I'm not being a good leader because I'm not giving her what she wants. But like there was
I
just this,
I tied my leadership to your happiness.
yes, yeah,
And so if my wife is not happy,
yeah,
and happy and joy, I have learned, are two different things.
yeah,
But if my wife is not happy, then I'm not leading properly.
yeah,
And I did. I tied that. Let's see. I mean, we're going on 20 years of marriage.
mm-hmm.
I did that for 18 years, 17 years.
I was gonna say like 15, maybe.
No, it's
But
when I was in therapy
yeah,
and I was
about
told,
3 years ago, yeah,
yeah, that I have to trust that
yeah,
if something happens, it's going to be okay.
yeah. Like if
And that
you
was
say
hard.
no, or if you say like not right now,
Yep.
or if you say not that one,
Mm-hmm.
then
So I have to, and I'm going to steal it's not yours, but you use this a lot. But it's okay to not have to put someone else's shoes on and walk in their shoes to empathize with them.
yeah.
You can just take it at face value that they've walked that walk,
Mm-hmm.
and it's okay. You don't have to put their shoes on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody thinks like, well, and that it can serve, but it actually does not serve us well, because it's taking trust away from that person. And when they say, well, put their shoes, walk a mile in their shoes. you can do that for you on the inside and think about that.
Mhm.
But to tell that person and like, well, explain that to me, or like a big way that we see it done is that when somebody tells us that, well, then it's like the man called thing. It's like, well, you know, I did, I did school for, and had 2 kids and still kept a job and did this and did that, and they're telling you that their experience is like maybe they're not married yet, they don't have kids, but they're struggling in this. And it's like we compare
Yeah.
and we're walking a mile in their shoes, or actually we're saying we'll put on my shoes.
I've done that to Jack 1,000
Yeah.
times.
And so and when really it's like no one should have to put on anyone else's shoes. That is your unique experience to you. And it's
real.
valid.
It's real.
And it's valid and realistic and it holds up simply because it is your experience.
Yep. And so it goes back to the measuring stick too.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we will self-impose shame into our own lives because we watch somebody else's highlight reel
Yeah.
on Instagram or watch them drive by
Facebook.
and they've got their
yeah,
no,
or-
just
yeah, or-
in
oh,
real
literally,
life.
yeah.
Like watch them drive by because we
Yeah.
talk about like you thought you were going to have it made from the lady at the gym that you saw, and like
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
you thought she just had all of her stuff
Yeah,
together.
because in appearance wise,
And you
it
never
does look
even
like
knew
that
her.
way.
Never even
No,
knew her
I
name.
never even knew this person, this lady.
Mm-mm. But she was all like, I guess she
She's
was.
always
I'd never
looked
seen her, but she was
she's
fit,
always
put
looked
together, had a
put-
nice
yeah.
ride.
like, she was at the gym and she wasn't the person that was like, full face makeup or anything.
Mhm.
But it was just like, as a woman, I'm looking at all the things. I'm like, she looks like, her skin looks good. Her hair still looks good. She's wearing a nice workout outfit. Like, she's coming to the gym. She always had on like cute shoes that went with it. She drove, it sounds like I was being a stalker, but you just see people repetitively and you can see out the windows of the gym
Right.
always. And so it was like she drove a QX80. I would randomly bump into her sometimes too when we would leave the gym. Everybody's kind of doing the same errands at Kroger. And, she just always looked put together, not extremist, out of place on any, I never knew this lady, never even knew her name. But I created this whole measuring stick based off of that.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Yep.
And
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be social media
yeah,
because a lot of times we blame this, and
yeah,
it's instant gratification
Yeah.
to be able to reach out there and grab it on social media.
yeah.
But it does not have to come through social
No.
media.
So, but back on track. Well, then, like with leadership of it, well, then my thing is, and probably a lot of wives and stuff do this. Like you are upset. Oh, I say wives. It could be either or.
Yeah.
Just in relationship with people. Well, then it's like you're upset, and you are upset if you're told no, or like, I don't want to do this. I'd rather do this, or do anything.
Or you feel like you can't
Yeah, or
do something or
get something. Go to that. I'd rather eat at this place, and
Mhm.
It can be anything. And so like you're kind of in the moment, just like meh. But 9 times out of 10, if you just don't engage with that can look different, but don't change your mind, I guess. Like you can engage in conversation with them. You don't, but like learn how to actually, it's about learning how to be uncomfortable
Right.
with somebody who they're uncomfortable, and it might make you kind of feel uncomfortable for a minute, but walk all the way through that instead of as soon as you feel the uncomfortable, it's uncomfortable, then you like, okay, well, I'll just change my mind
Mhm.
and I guess we will do this or we'll do that. And so you settle or you do something that you don't want to do, and then it can cause resentment.
We did that Friday.
What do we do for? Oh,
The
what?
Christmas or the homecoming parade.
Oh,
So we had a
oh,
whole plan.
you did.
I did. I'm being like today's all about
Sorry, I
me
wasn't
giving out
trying to say that.
giving
that
out
way.
some vulnerability.
Yeah.
I did. We had a whole plan. I was working, but I was going to go down and watch the parade, and then I had a lot more work to do, so I was driving separate. And then
You
I
tried
was on
to
the
do
middle of a
double duty.
conference call, and she said, come out and she said, "Oh, we're all driving separate." I thought she was asking me, why are we all driving separate? The girls had already left. My mom had stopped by, and it just was like
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. And then she looked at me and she goes, I don't have a key. And because I've lost my key to her truck, and which I usually always have, it's somewhere in this house, I hope. I'm just going to have to get another one. I don't know. But so I'm like, well, if you were driving your truck, why didn't you get your key? Well, I had drove it the night before, but I wasn't thinking about that and how I'd put the key back by her purse, but I didn't put it in her purse. And so like that led to a whole spiral in my mind in 5 seconds of we had a whole conversation and a plan, and now I'm driving you down the
And
road.
he's like, why are you not on our plan? And I'm like, I am on my plan.
And she was.
I'm confused.
I could not. It took
Yeah.
me a good 30, 45 minutes to realize I had spiraled
Yeah.
and I wasn't on the plan. And I did a whole lot of assuming and reading into things that should have never been read into.
Yeah.
And so I did that in our marriage for years. If Frankie come home and she was upset about, and like we all can get this way. I want a boat, but I don't want a boat that anybody can afford. Like I'm talking like millions of dollars
Yeah.
boat that I want. And if I'm honest, like I get jealous and I'm like,
You get envious.
yeah, envious. It's like, why? Well, I need to work harder because I want that in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I do great on the Tennessee River, but when I get in the ocean, I get seasick.
Mm-hmm.
I do not do good out there.
Mm-hmm.
I love all things water, but I don't want to get in the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be on a boat out in the middle of the ocean, but I want this boat to just be,
Yeah.
I guess, tied up at the dock. I just want to hang out on the
guess,
dock.
I
I
don't
guess.
know.
I don't really know why I want this boat, but I do, and I want it. And I don't know that I ever get there, but maybe one day. We'll see. But when Frankie would come home with even unrealistic goals like that, just dreams, pipe
Mhm.
dreams, I felt that I wasn't a provider if I didn't make that happen.
Yeah.
And I tied a lot of our marriage's success to making that happen. And probably don't know if I've ever admitted that, to material things and things that she'd asked for, but not anything that probably made the top 10 list.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, all of us are very, like, we want to avoid conflict or avoid being uncomfortable. Like, and this is just as a society. There are tons of statistics on this. But, like, we want to avoid conflict, like conflict avoidance at all cost.
Yep.
Even people who may you initially think and you're like, no, I'll be blunt and like I'll say something. Probably not as much as you think. Like we all do it.
What's the 2 things that you're told to never talk about in the service industry?
I don't know.
Politics and religion.
Oh yeah.
It's avoiding of conflict.
Yeah. And it's just like we will avoid it, but it's because we know that it could potentially be a conversation that might make somebody else feel uncomfortable, which will make us feel uncomfortable, or it's just uncomfortable for us. Most of the time we blame it on the other person and we think they're going to be upset with us, so we're going to avoid it, when really most of the time the higher probability will be that they're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they're not, but we feel like it's going to be uncomfortable for us. And so therefore we want to try to avoid it. But like we, as a society, avoid. And that's another part of the social media and how that impacts, I feel like, is because we will avoid saying it face to face or direct. That could be direct text, direct message, the email, face to face, like just
Phone
anything
call.
directly. So when people deem that they will say it, well, no, you put it out for the masses and didn't direct it at anyone. You, like,
Well, there's security in numbers
You're
too. So
yeah.
if you can get some numbers behind you,
And then, people, but like it's, they'll be like to, just we we kind of we gouge from
so so
indirect.
conflict avoidance is such a big thing
Yeah.
that it is literally one of the whole class was called conflict resolution.
Yeah.
Like I had a whole class in a master's program about conflict. And when you hear the word conflict, you think negative.
Yeah.
Although conflict just means opposing views.
Yeah. There's just something, whatever it is,
So if I
that
think,
has
yeah,
two or potentially more
yeah,
views that are not the same, but it does tend to have a negative. But bringing this back before we get off all over the place, conflict avoidance in marriage, specifically for leadership, is because we're making assumptions for our marriage. You're
Mhm.
making assumptions on the other person, and some of those can come from good per se intentions.
Mhm. It can also come from fear.
It can come from fear. A lot of it can come from fear. A lot of it can come from dishonesty, not to your spouse, but dishonesty to yourself,
Yep.
which is another conflict avoidance of it's avoidance of being uncomfortable in and of yourself.
Mhm. Yeah.
Which a lot of that comes from the fear part, fear of the unknown, and you don't know what he's going to say or what she's going to say, or you don't know how that looks. You don't know how you're going to react or how you're going to. A lot of
Yeah.
it comes from that.
And so I only say that about the leadership part is because truly, I think what most women look for in leadership is a place to be able to be themselves and be secure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say guys, but it's not always guys. There are fix-it people. This is where the Enneagram really comes
Yeah.
into play in your marriage. If you
Mhm.
haven't taken the Enneagram test and
Mhm.
figured out if you're a 1 through 9, I would recommend that
Well,
you do
it's
so.
just self
Emotional
emotional
intelligence.
intelligence.
Yeah.
Even if you just for your own self,
And then,
knowing yourself
Yep.
to know.
and then your significant other takes the test.
Mm-hmm.
They know themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And there are also a lot of information on if you are a type 1 married to a type 2.
Yeah, there's tons of information.
How
out
do
there.
those interactions look like if you're a type 6 married to a type 2?
Yeah. Well, and sometimes things that you read and stuff like that is just it's not exact. Sometimes it can be exactly
Scary
like you're like,
close.
whoa, that is so accurate. Sometimes it's just gives you a language to use to be a starting point that you go off in.
Yep.
But I feel like the self-awareness helps you, and like your spouse can help take some of those things sometimes, because it's like we might answer one way, but we filter everything to a bias to ourselves. And so it'd be like, no, you do that.
That's
or,
why Frankie goes to the doctor with me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
Because
and vice versa.
I think I got it all under control.
Yeah. It's like,
I've
no, he
I've
does
said my
not.
prayers. I've
Yeah.
read my Bible. I got this.
Yeah.
Me and Jesus is good, and we got this. That's
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's not always true, but sometimes I might make it feel like it's a little bit.
Well,
better
we're
than it
always
is.
going to portray ourselves in a positive light most of the time.
Mhm.
So not be negative, but especially in marriage, negative conflict can be seen as potentially negative because you don't want the other person to be upset. So I think that all goes back to your starting point of like it starts. I think that's what you were trying to say, is that it starts with you.
I was trying to trigger some emotional thought with the Proverbs 31.
And I was going to say too, from my perspective, the best or most attractive part of leadership for me, for like coming from you, is confidence.
Yeah,
And I think that's probably both. Like
Yeah.
it's both ways.
But if I'm
But
not confident to be able to tell you no, and
yeah.
there's a very big difference in, like, I played a video for the girls the other day, and uh about a guy having two daughters, and I think I sent it to a couple of our
Oh,
friends, and he's
yeah.
like, y'all need to quit getting in my inbox. You need to tell me that I could just tell
Oh,
my
like
wife and
telling
my
you.
daughters no.
Yeah.
They're going to be a problem. And he's like, they're already a problem, my guy.
Yeah.
I made them that way.
Yeah.
I want them to know the difference between a little boy and a grown man that'll take care of them.
Yeah.
So I love that. I thought it was hilarious, but they are a problem. I will go ahead and vouch for that.
But
But I did not put any security or confidence in myself that it was going to be okay. And that led to resentment. It
mhm.
led to me staying out at work or staying in the shop or doing something to create monetary value
Mhm.
when I didn't have to. And I
Yeah.
probably missed time. Well, I didn't, I know I missed time with you
Yeah.
and the kids, and I wasn't present
Yeah.
because
Even when
even
you
if
were
I was
present.
sitting there,
Mhm.
I was trying to figure out how to solve problems that weren't even problems.
Mhm.
But in my mind, they were very big problems and they were very real problems.
Yeah. Well, and I would even go so far as to say that all of us can get caught up in that moment. You're not actually solving any problems. You can say, I'm trying to solve problems that aren't even problems. No, what's swirling in your head? You're not resolving
No.
anything. It's just a swirl of it. It's
Yep.
the tornado, it's the cyclone spinning of all the things, and it's just revolving and you're just spiraling.
Yep.
You're not actually resolving anything or landing on anything.
Yeah.
So,
And so, and I thought in that space, because, and I'll label it we'll just say my own sin or my own demise, right?
yeah.
I wasn't the person that was running out to the bars, even on the road, or like chasing
Yeah.
women or doing all that stuff. So, like, I was the perfect husband. Like, I knew I
Yeah.
had flaws, right? But like, I was providing for my family. I was working 2 or 3 jobs, going to school, and that's where I got Jack. He's like, I'm doing cross country and I'm finishing my master's and I'm door dashing, and
Yeah.
he's like, it's a lot. I'm like, my guy, when I went to college, when I finally went back to college, I had
Yeah.
one semester in college that was a great time
Yeah.
per se by the
But
world stance. But
yeah.
yeah, it's like when I did it, I had a wife, 2 kids, a job, a side job, another
Yeah.
side job, and
Yeah.
like, you can do this.
Yeah.
But I didn't give him the trust that he was really dealing with a problem, and probably helped guide him through those situations. I just told him to suck it up and internalize it and get to work.
Well, and sometimes you do just have to suck it up.
Yeah.
Sometimes like I don't have to put your shoes on, but just like I had to suck it up for whatever my circumstances were, sometimes you have to do that too.
There is
And
some
a lot of
embrace the
times,
suck. That is a thing.
and I think also too, a portion of that is the avoidance of
Mhm.
something that's uncomfortable. And it's like we start feeling uncomfortable and we start trying to backpedal and backtread. And then you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't have taken on doing these classes and getting this degree. Maybe I
Mhm.
shouldn't have done that. And you just start second guessing instead of, no, I was called to this. Like, yes, it's uncomfortable, but like just moving forward.
Right.
And so sometimes you do have to, per se, suck it up. That can look different. And I definitely think it's always worth having that safe person to talk it out with.
Mhm.
And sometimes you need that person or parent that, like, when you get done with all of it, that tells you, like, it is a lot.
Yep.
You're right. But I think you're going to do good. I think you're called to this. I think, and I think that's what leadership is.
That's right.
That's what leadership is.
You've
Leadership
created
is,
that environment
yes,
for people to be successful in
yeah,
whatever.
in whatever it is that they're called to do. And so I think that's what leadership in marriage looks like, is instead of, you have to get to a place of where um, you don't take their stuff personally.
Eh,
And so
I am
that's,
still a work in progress on that.
yeah. But that's leadership on both sides. And that's what the Proverbs 31 woman is too, is because he was a good leader. then he gave her the space to also be a good leader
That's right.
because you're not trying to micromanage
Hmm.
all the things. You're there for everything because
Right.
your name is attached to everything.
That's correct.
But it's giving them the space to become and grow and be good leaders and branch off and, pop off too because they have the confidence to walk through the space instead of trying to avoid it.
Right. And so if I go back into the old Jewish culture,
Mhm.
that was what, and not saying that it's wrong or it's right for today, whatever, but that was the culture of what a woman did back then or a wife did back
What?
then.
Managed.
Manage all the things that I read earlier.
Yeah.
And today, some of that can look different. Like me and
Yeah.
Frankie very much laugh, and we have pink jobs and blue jobs at this house. It's like that's a man job and that's a woman job. In all actuality, either one of us could do either one of them, and
Yeah.
we'll do either one of them at any time.
Yeah.
And so I don't think we've,
Well, that's a societal shift
yeah.
for the most part.
Well, you can
There's
demasculate a lot of
yes.
stuff, and I don't think that per se we do that or it even needs to be done. But at the same point in time, you bring everything to the table that I don't, because back in that time, that was not what a husband did. That's not what
Yeah.
they were worried about or even knew how to do.
Well, and there was a lot of value in bringing disgrace upon the family, which was meant bringing disgrace upon the father's name.
That's
Like
right.
there was a lot of honor behind, well, and there's still some of that, like, in a handshake, like that really meant something
Hmm.
or, coming to the table. So, and that can still be seen in today's society. Like, are
Right.
you a person that, like, when you say that person's name for getting a job, for doing anything, going to their business, it's like,
Right.
and that's the same thing. There's like, they have, for whatever reason, you know, a negative something that goes with it, or the vice versa. And it's like, oh, yeah, they did a great job, or they did, it's still honorable and dishonorable things.
Right. And I think that, and this
And
is, go
well,
ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, you have worked through that uh, in a couple different places, but corporately as well. This, like, is this a place that, like, I want to be seen in a t-shirt that says the name of my company?
Right.
Or it's like, I'm not wearing that anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I work here and yes, it provides for my family and I'm not talking bad about my job, but like the perception outside of all of it. And so, I mean, that's the same for leadership in and outside of our homes too. I
Yep.
mean, the same for a church.
Yeah.
Like we've been in church and it's like, you kind of say that, or there's places where you're like, I'll put the bumper sticker on my car.
That's right.
So it's the same. It's leadership is leadership no matter what you're doing with it. And that's also like with, I don't know. I mean, I just think of, like, because we're in a season of starting to launch kids into college, well then we're looking at colleges that way
Right.
of like, what's their leadership?
Eh,
What's their how, what are they doing in and outside? Not just classes and your teachers that you have, but like, what's the leadership and the culture of this?
And both of us have been studying this and we've heard about it, and it's been a large topic of our conversation of the revival of the youth today
Yeah.
and where it comes from. So, from the organizational leadership side of the world in my studies, the younger, what generation is Sophie and Lily and Jack? And
Uh,
Jack falls, he's right on the line. Is it Gen
yeah.
Alpha?
Maybe.
I
I
don't,
don't know.
I get lost in all the
Yeah.
names. But, anyways, that
It's the
generation,
age group. The girls are kind of on the younger end of it. But right now, there's just huge revival going on through a lot of it is happening at college campuses. But we live in a small town that they're like, there's community college here, but there's not
Right.
a college campus per se. But we're seeing it at our church too, of like there are younger couples and some just men
Yeah.
that are in that age range. And I'm going to say 20,
Hmm.
like, but 20 to, I'm 38. So it's under me. So I would say to 30, 20 to 30,
Right.
like a 10-year gap right there. There's a huge amount of, revival happening college campuses and just in across uh communities
That's right.
that a lot of people are coming back, and they're not necessarily, a lot of them do not have a huge Christian background per se.
And they
Like
would go to
they
church.
go to church, but their families like maybe didn't, like it wasn't just the hardcore traditional value set.
Right.
But they're seeking and searching for something that is more than just this like materialistic culture.
Yeah. Because to lead into that, our leadership, when we're talking about the corporate world,
Mm-hmm.
how do we motivate those people?
Yeah.
How do we motivate that generation? Because if you go to the baby boomers, or even that generation before the baby boomers, their motivation was a honest day's work for an honest day's wages. Like
Mm-hmm.
they valued their work that they put in that day, and
Yeah.
they valued their pay for that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like if they got promoted, it was fine. They didn't strive for promotions. They strived to put in an honest day's work for an honest day's
Well,
pay.
I think they did strive for promotions. They wanted to be successful.
That's not what success looked like to them. Now, the baby boomer generation,
That's who you said.
I said, well, pre-baby boomer.
Oh, okay.
The baby boomer generation, like a lot of,
Pre-baby boomer was what you just said. That's what you
I said
called it, a
early
baby.
baby boomer and
I didn't
pre
hear you
that.
say early, so I just wanted to clarify. I didn't hear you say that.
Okay. So, and then early baby boomer, or now, you got me all messed up. Now, the baby boomer generation and rolling into my generation,
Yeah.
promotion, growing within the company, getting more,
Yeah.
was a motivator for
Yeah.
those people.
Yeah.
In today's world, a lot of people want to say that, and I hear it all, like we all hear it, people don't want to work anymore. And
Yeah.
there might be some truth to that.
Yeah.
One of the motivators, or the thing that motivates the younger generation, is not money. So if you have a job that requires a lot of overtime, a lot of time away from family, they won't take them
Yeah.
and don't want them.
Family or just travel, being friend families
Mhm.
that they've created. Yes. So
And one of the books that I was reading with my class was, they have seen multiple generations striving for, we'll call it the American dream,
mhm.
coming and making it and being rich and having financial security. And you can like you're going to have some money, right?
Yeah.
But they've also seen that tear families apart, have disconnects in the
Yeah.
home. They don't have, like, they've seen what that damage can look like.
Mhm.
And when maybe, and not that there's anything wrong with any of this, but like when dad's not working, he's on the golf course or he's fishing, right?
Mhm.
And I even quit duck hunting when I started traveling the first time, not because you asked me to, but I felt guilty for
Mhm.
being gone during the week. And even though I thoroughly loved it, like I felt bad to be gone on the weekend from our girls.
Yeah.
And that, like, I'm not putting any shame or guilt on anybody that continued to do that. But for me, but I took something out of my life that I was never asked to do because I assumed
Mhm.
that it needed to come out.
Yeah, well, that's too much of anything, of a good thing can become a bad thing. But
Right.
balance within it's fine. Well, that's
But all these people have realized that this money and this
Yeah.
success
I think
didn't bring happiness that they thought it was going to bring.
we all know that, like, this world, like, you have to have money, you have to have a
Mhm.
good job. But they, they are definitely more of a culture of like they work to live, not live to work.
That's right.
Like, and do they want to have a little extra so they can go and do stuff? And they're being still financially, you know, like uh stable,
Right.
then sure. And just society and like the jobs and how all of that looks different, like yes. And so I don't think that there's anybody that's like they're just like, oh, I don't care anything about making money. It's like, no, they do, but like you're gonna entice them more, like if it's potentially a lesser paying slightly, but a part of the benefits package, which you created this in your class and all that, like creating packages to motivate for the different generations. Like, but it has like a whole bunch more PTO
Hmm.
each month. They're like, sure,
Or
you know,
even, what is your company doing to help the environment?
yeah,
Like that can just be an aspect of it.
yeah. And so, like we see that, and just I think that some of these younger generations too are beginning to redefine. Like when you and I were in high school, and you're 5.5 years older than me, so we weren't at high school at the same time.
Mhm.
But I know for sure. Um, I remember like everybody, if you weren't thinking you were going to go to college, you were going to have a suck life.
Yeah.
You were going to be unsuccessful,
You could
and
not succeed
you could
without
not
college.
succeed without a college education, and that is just what you did.
Yep.
But I feel like now you're starting to see it in some of these high school groups that are going like they're not all going to college. Now, some of them I want to like, it's like you want to jump in and shake them and be like, you have so much potential. But a lot of them are redefining some of those conversations of like, but I want to do this. And so a portion of it we know because we've been in that world and dig and look and investigate. We're like, oh, well, no, that actually is a program for that. You could do this, so still go and get your education. But I think colleges maybe need to do a better job about this.
Yeah.
Re-promoting, because like I have a, um, you know, there's here, just come get these general degrees and, keep going. Then they're like, I don't know that that looks attractive to me to go spend $60,000-$70,000 to just get this business degree that like I really can't almost do anything with anymore because everybody has it. It's an
Right.
overpopulated, like, so I think, do we still need all those people and do we need RNs? Do we need, yes, but there's different ways to go about doing it now than
Mhm.
just the traditional way that you and I were like just poured down our throat
Well,
of,
even if I were to list 5 people that I would consider mentors,
uh-huh,
and I'm trying to do that in my head, right now, I know only one of them has college education.
yes. Well, and that was the thing too. Like there used to be, you could get a really good job and not have a college degree.
Mhm.
Now, or for us at our age level,
You had to
upper
have the paper.
30s and 40s, well, then it's like you had to have a degree to get the good job. Now, I would say, yes, you do still potentially need a degree, but the generic degree is not going to get you the good job.
Yeah.
Not at all.
If you're just going to college undecided,
If you're just
save your
going,
money.
yeah, the specific niche ones, yes. But I also think that we know a lot of people who are being very successful that don't necessarily have a college degree. Now some of that includes trade stuff,
Mhm.
trade certificates, or like the 2-year program, a certificate,
Yeah. Technical
thing,
schools,
technical
yeah.
schools and stuff. But so maybe it requires something. Even there for a while, there was a lot of real estate success of some different stuff, and so that's again, I still kind of it falls under that umbrella, but it's just all of it's being redefined.
It
And I
is.
think that it is being redefined also. And I think it connects to, it all goes back to the leadership.
It does. So, I
So, I
just
mean,
just wanted to share some thoughts today, get you thinking
yeah,
about leadership in the household, what it could look like, what I thought it looked like that was not successful for us.
yeah,
Share some vulnerable moments on like where I failed and I thought I was, and that was some of our biggest arguments of
Yes.
I've provided all of this for you and you are
And
not happy.
yeah,
Like,
well,
why?
if we're
What
being
in the
honest, and my
world?
answer was always like, I want strong leadership. And
Yeah.
you were like, you deem I'm being passive and I'm not. And a portion of it is you're not a dictatorship personality.
No.
And and so we were kind of on extremist, but also parts of your definition of the passive leadership were not actually linking up to even what you were intending.
No. And so that was a gut check too. That was probably the hardest one. But when I heard when Matt told me, he's like, you have to trust it's going to be okay,
Mhm.
and it is.
Mhm.
Like that reshaped my view, and you've told me that 1.5 million
I
times.
know.
Um, but have conversations about what leadership looks like to you with your
Yeah.
spouse, your significant other.
Yeah.
Have conversations, like just conversations. Don't name call. Don't say, well, if you did this or if you do that,
Yeah.
right? But give some examples
Just like,
because
what does this look like to me?
what does for me, what does it look like for Frankie to be what I need for her is the 5 minutes that she's on the couch and I come and I lay my head in her lap and she scratches my head. My whole world goes quiet. Like, and sometimes it's just that reset. I don't care if she's made dinner and she's washed everything in the world and hit the lottery and paid all
Well,
the bills. If I've got a lot going on, there is no action that she could do other than that. And it calms my world down. So
yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with leadership. I mean, it does,
it
but
does.
like
Well,
that's
when I'm
I
tying it,
was like,
when I'm
what?
tying it into like Proverbs
Oh,
31, like what that
oh,
for me to be
how to make you
sometimes
feel safe and have a seat at the table.
right.
Well, so it goes back to the creation of safe space for both parties. The creation for, I feel like this is a double, like we need to finish this on another episode.
Well, maybe we'll tap
But,
back into it a little bit, but
because the Proverbs, she does so much stuff.
mhm.
But I also think that is in their culture. Well, then I would also like to add and point out for me on a part of that is that it required more than just the husband and more than just the wife. It also, like, she had servants, which they had,
Yeah,
but you can have, I think that we get tied up in thinking that all of that falls on my umbrella.
mhm.
And it's like, yes, you can have the kids help for sure.
Right.
It's never too early to have them start creating some
Responsibility.
responsibility,
Yeah.
but also just on, like, she didn't do all of that by herself. And it wasn't just like, oh no, she had God. Well, yeah, but she, like, if you're not at home, you can't clean your home.
Right.
Or if you're not at home, you can't cook dinner.
Right.
So, like, get help. Set your leadership up for however works for, and all of it keeps going back to what we've talked about on the measuring stick. Like, don't use somebody else's or another event or setups measuring stick for yours if it doesn't work for you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, we have help. Well, I mean, we do. We quit and you helped me with this. You were like, you have permission to not have to cook every single night.
Mhm.
Like, quit buying groceries and mapping out a meal plan that, like, I'm proud of you that you've bought us groceries at Aldi's and done all this stuff. And this has been a few years back, like when the girls were not on the go and black, because it's definitely had to change now.
Yeah.
But let's say when they were in middle school,
But we were still buying them then.
yeah, no, I know I was going to say, but like I would create a meal plan because we got paid like once a month. Um, for I would do 25 meals and then I would have like five, you'd have leftovers and have five. And you were like, that is great. But the reality of you cooking 30 times is just not realistic for me nor you. Like, you will help cook, but that time you weren't always home and stuff. But it was like permission to, like, you don't have to, that is, your success is not measured by that.
Yeah.
Like, give yourself permission to, maybe you eat a bowl of cereal or
Yeah.
yes, leftovers, but like, and you go out a couple nights, sure. But
Well, and
like,
we were buying
just,
25 meals worth of food and still knowing that we had 10 ball games that we were going to have
yeah.
to go
And
to that
he
week.
was
And
like,
knowing we're not going to
and he,
eat.
and I was trying to be, well, like you read on there, and it is a good idea. And it's like crock pot dinner, and then you can pack it with you and
Oh,
go.
yeah. And cook
And
all your meals on Sunday.
and
And some
because
people can do that.
some people can, but it's like, I was trying so, like, I was white knuckling motherhood and trying to make that work for me, and it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just like with the Proverbs, like, if you need help or if you need, rearrange and make something work for you for that season.
And maybe start the conversation off of like what went well before we get into what went well.
Yeah.
Play back the first year of marriage.
Yeah.
What went well then?
Yeah.
Like maybe you're in the first year of marriage. I don't know. But like if you've been in a marriage for a while, what went well? What's that one dinner that you used to think was so fancy that you got to eat? Because ours was when we got macaroni and cheese and we got the banquet turkey and turkey and gravy, the frozen turkey and gravy. When we got
it came with mashed potatoes too.
Oh, did it come? Yeah.
It was like
the meal like that.
Like
we
frozen
were from like Save a Lot, right? Maybe
it was banquet brand. I mean, I think you could buy it anywhere.
Okay. Well, that was that's when we were big dogs when we got to that point because I ate sandwiches for a month straight.
Yeah. Well, but also I think for motherhood too, I'm just saying on mine, on the leadership, because it's like you get you in a good place, and then I attach my success to having to do everything from scratch and I'm not saying trying to be a homemaker. If you are at home, like, that is the worst title, is a stay-at-home mom. I don't care if you do any other side job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I or if you don't. Like, I hate that term, I think I've decided. Because I'm like, you're not just a stay-at-home mom. Because when that happens, well, then you are probably the main person who's going to get all the groceries.
All the things.
You are the one who's taking everybody to an appointment because
I've stayed at home a couple of days. Goodness gracious.
Well, and it's like, and which is fine because the other person is working.
Yeah.
Like, sure.
Yeah.
Like 100% that job is probably going to fall on you. You're the one home. But I hate that it says like stay at home, because that just, without us knowing it, this invisible cloak of stay at home part just weighs us down with like, well, I'm a stay at home mom, so I should have dinner cooked from scratch every night and on the table by 6 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to make up our own laundry detergent because it's a simple recipe and you mix these ingredients together and it is cost saving. Like, it is that.
What's the only thing I have ever asked you for when I get home?
Oh, for the kitchen to be clean.
Nope.
Oh, a kiss. Yeah.
That's the only thing that I want every day.
But like,
if she's home, like, I want her to come
But I just-
prioritize when I get home and just give me a kiss. Like, after that, the house could be destroyed.
Yeah.
No.
I just think that there's just like like the Proverbs 31 woman, like, she sounded honestly like she was nothing but not at home because she was out doing all these
Right.
things and like being a leader and doing all this stuff. And when you're a good leader, then you have set up specific people over jobs to do that well and make it run well because you're putting them all together.
That's right.
And so I guess that's what I'm trying to say is the stay at home mom part. I really just feel like puts this invisible cloak over us that like you should stay at home. And it's like, really, no. Like, if I'm a stay at home mom, that basically means I'm never home.
Yep. And I want to give Like I wanted to kind of harp on the guys by reading the Proverbs 31 today.
Yeah.
And I want to do a whole nother segment on the part for the women too. Because like I think that
Oh,
just the
yeah.
amount of that the shame like that I put on myself when I was doing what I thought I was supposed to
Yeah.
be doing and didn't do it, because a leader is not the person that does it all.
No.
A leader is a person that teaches the people around you to do it, and you manage that.
The true leader empowers others to do the job.
That's right. And you put people around you that
Yeah.
you trust
Mm-hmm.
and that are capable,
Well,
and
they're not always capable.
not at first,
Not at first, because that's a part of the leadership.
but there is some part of being capable to learn
Yeah.
it. Some people just ain't gonna get it.
Yeah. Like, well, and that's it. You have to be a team. Like,
Mhm.
you have to be open to learning. Um, being a team player. Like, you have
So,
to be able to be coachable.
yeah.
But I just think that that is hard. And that also, whenever you read and it's like, what is a Proverbs 31 wife? It automatically makes you address all the things that you think you're lacking in.
Mhm. Well, where I wanted to address primarily today for the guys,
Yeah. Was it,
are you providing an environment? And I say the guys, but whoever,
yeah.
are you providing the environment for the person beside you to thrive?
Yeah.
Or are you providing the environment for them to survive?
Yeah.
Because if they're surviving, they're never going to thrive.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like making sure they have all the money and things
Yeah.
and all the events and ability to go. Like it's
I
more
mean,
than
sometimes it looks like that.
It
So
does.
don't beat yourself up on like,
Yeah.
oh, we're just always on the go. I'm only living.
Yeah, I'm
There's
not
a
trying to do that.
well, I know, but so many
But
people, it's
yeah.
like you pendulum swing to the
Mhm.
opposite extreme. It's like, no, there's a balance in the middle
Yeah.
of all of it. And it's like, do provide those things, do all that, but it's a both.
It's a
It's not
balance.
just that.
Yeah.
Well,
So
we've talked a lot about leadership in our. I mean, this is a daily, ongoing conversation that we don't even intentionally label anymore because it's just a part of what we talk about
yeah.
is leadership and what that looks like corporately within our marriage, how leadership looks like for our girls. Like, are you leading well? And
Yeah.
when they come home and talk about, like, they're frustrated with stuff because they're like, well, I did this and I did that and I'm having to do this and she didn't do that, then we've had a lot of talks about, like, you're being a terrible leader, because a leader, like, you're never going to be successful and you're going to be burnt out before you ever get to the end of this project, and all the good and the joy and the positive parts of what should come with that at the completion are going to be burnt up and gone because you are just in the process of thinking, I just want this to be over.
And strong leadership looks like your spouse coming in with an emotional roller coaster and labeling, you don't do this, I can't have this, I need this, because that's the way our language came out.
Mm-hmm.
But just being in emotion, and you don't have to fix it.
Mm-mm.
You just have to have a safe space for her to be able to talk about it
Yeah.
and get it out and just recognize that you hear her.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's all the fix that situation needs.
Yeah.
That's where I used to take stuff personal and internalize it, and I'm still not gotten perfect at that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, all of us have our day.
just that was my biggest flaw. It's like I wanted to fix everything instead of just giving you an opportunity to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
just a thought.
Yeah.
What went well?
You go first. I had to go first on all the other ones.
Well, because I'm asking the questions.
Be a leader. Be a good leader.
I am. I know it's going to be okay if you go first.
What went well? Um, what has went well specifically for me? I finally, like, this sounds really bad, but all summer and just all summer and the start of the school year, then I've, like, been I can be a hoarder. I've been told I am that.
Mm.
And then I love all things pretty, and clothes for sure are my love language, and laundry. Like, and I don't mind, I like doing laundry, but I hate having to put it all the way up, which sounds terrible,
Well, you
but
can say clothes are your love language. Sometimes they can be your pacifier too.
oh, yeah. Yeah, very much so. But I do love clothes,
Mhm.
and shoes for all of us.
Mhm.
Um, but I finally, and that's where it sounds so bad. Like, our bedroom would be clean and cleaned out. Here for the past couple weeks, it's been not. And so, but I had like piles neatly stacked in our closet, and I would like clean it up, but like there was still just, I ultimately knew it wasn't cleaned up. But I finally, this weekend, it took me all weekend, got all of my closet and bedroom, like I got all of it put away.
Clutter free back
Almost.
there.
But it is clutter free. I got rid of a bunch of stuff, which is hard
Well,
for me to do.
it's on the kitchen table. It is not
Yeah.
gone.
Well, yeah, but a couple of it is gone. We've just started this week, and like it, but
I laughingly only pick at you because
yeah.
of the stuff that's in the next room over that we've gotten rid of
I know.
3 months ago.
I know. I'm bad to like, oh, I'll keep this for just in case, or I'll do this, or oh, I'll take it to the booth, or all that. And then, but time, like we talked about last time, like, it's an avoidance of some stuff, but anyways,
Internal conflict.
internal conflict. But I did get.
She said, I'm literally killing myself. She's like, I'm buying all the stuff and hoarding it, and it's causing clutter, which drives me insane. I
Yeah.
said, well, that's what every addict in the world does.
I know that made me feel so terrible when you said that. That wasn't your intent,
No, I
but
was laughingly
I
not
did
trying to
just
shame you.
self judgment and shame. I was already there. Then I was like, that made me feel horrible. So I'm working through it, but that is what went well. I did get it all cleaned up, which sounds terrible, but it it's the truth. That is what went well. I
Well,
finally completed that.
what went well for me is we have what's called dumping our bucket out. And when you go and you live life and you go through the day, people add things to you continuously and it fills your
Yeah,
bucket up.
unintentional most
Yeah,
of the time.
yeah, most of the time unintentional, but people's like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? And then just natural, like life, work, all that stuff,
Mhm.
it'll fill your bucket up. And if you've ever come home and just been stressed out and just explode when you got home
'Cause
on the
something
people that
just
you love the most that had nothing to do with
Yeah.
them,
it
it's because
overflowed your bucket.
your bucket overflowed, because it's usually that time when I walk in and Frankie's like, hey, hang this picture up real quick. And it's like, that's when it dumps out.
Yeah.
And I love hanging the pictures up and doing all the stuff with her, but I just wasn't mentally prepared on some of the times. So my dumping the bucket thing out right now is drumming at home,
Oh,
because it does a great workout because of the way I play. Like don't care what it sounds like. I'm just going fast and playing and having fun. And it also lets me beat stuff, which also gives me some wonderful feelings inside. So it's a positive experience all the way around. And I brought my cymbals back home from church last week and actually got some drumming in at home and started back on my greens. And in
That's
1
another
week,
thing for
1
leadership
week, I've
too.
already found or lost 5 pounds. So.
Yeah, that's another good thing with leadership too, is having an outlet for you to that you know how to dump your bucket out, because as a leader you take on a lot of people's other stuff from their bucket and they pour it into
Every
yours,
day.
and they pour it into yours, which is fine. But good leaders know how to pour it out again to something else, so that they keep being able to have their bucket to take from other people's.
Yep.
And so I really need to find I'm being a bad leader in that, of that I've not got some a good
She knows some
dumper.
things. She just won't go do them. When she recognizes that it dumps her bucket out, she stops doing it.
Yeah. But I was just going to say that has been a big thing for you because you have looked for years of a really good, and you would like occasionally find a couple things and you're like, it's just, I
I
like doing
love
that fun.
motorcycles.
Yeah.
And the Harley was a great dump my
Mhm.
bucket out. The problem on the Harley is that I wanted to ride it at 110 mile an hour and listening to heavy hard rock, which
Yeah.
was
It's
fine.
kinda,
And it when I come home,
yeah.
I was so
But,
peaceful, but that's not
but I
healthy
think,
for a
but we
provider of
have,
the household.
yeah. Well, but we've also figured out that there are things that can dump your bucket out that are like a fun, not a one-time activity, but they're like oh, this was like just a fun night and this
Right.
went and dumped my bucket out, or that was a fun activity. But then there are also almost daily rituals that are the true
Yeah.
bucket dumpers.
Yeah. And I've gotten back into the gym and
And the drums for you after years of looking, because like motorcycles were fun. Golf could be fun for you but they were not like true good daily ritual.
right.
And you finally found the drums are for you.
Yeah. And the gym is great. And when I'm not traveling, then I will do it at lunchtime because I usually start so early in the morning
Yeah.
that
Your day's kind of finishing.
my day's finishing and then it resets my bucket.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do get a couple things thrown
Yeah.
at me in the afternoon, it doesn't fill my bucket up. And when I'm home, I'm able to navigate a lot easier. So
Yeah.
I've had to
But there's,
strategically learn where to place them because if I do the gym first thing in the morning, my bucket will be full when I get back home.
yeah.
And if I do it in the afternoon, I won't go to the gym because I got other things to do in the afternoon.
Yeah. Midday.
So,
Yeah.
hey,
So-
appreciate it. It's probably going to be a little bit longer than normal, but
That's okay.
I think we got a lot of good stuff out.
Mhm.
Or we got a lot of stuff out. I don't know if it was good
Yes.
or not.
We hope this was entertaining because it is not at all professional help.
No, we are not professionals.
But find us on YouTube, Apple, Instagram,
Mhm.
Facebook. Do we have a TikTok?
We
I
have a
think we haven't
TikTok.
gotten active over there yet.
We need to
but
get our media manager on that.
yeah. I'm thinking here soon we might have a guest. So dun, dun, dun. But anyways, thank you for listening and tuning in to our crazy. We hope that at the end of the day, if anything, it just makes you laugh.
Absolutely.
So anyways, have a good day.